Hey, how's it going, folks? Your friend Dean Kulaweera here. I hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're doing amazing. You're pushing through in your job search. You're not giving up. You've been using my content, my strategies, and it's getting you some places in your job search, right? Hopefully. If not, hey, let me know. I definitely want to hear about, not just the positive stuff, but hey, any challenges you're facing, let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit me up with a like and a subscribe so you can get more of my content. I'm always talking about job search stuff. It's crazy the amount of content I put out, at least on a regular basis on all the social channels out there. So I'm guaranteed that you benefit in some way from following me and subscribing. All right. For those of you watching on Anchor or Spotify or one of the podcasting platforms, hey, appreciate you tuning in. Hope today's segment is going to help you out in your job search as well. And hit me up with a subscribe as well if you find the information useful. Now, quick video today, folks, and I just simply wanted to talk about the importance of you as a job seeker in making yourself visible to the marketplace. All right. Now, when I say marketplace, what I'm talking about is your industry, your space, your domain. And I don't care what your skill set is, right? Whatever your field, whatever your skill set is. I talk about this all the time. You probably heard me say this in the past if you've been following me for a while. And it's simply this. If people don't know you exist, then you don't exist, right? That's such an important point for you folks to understand. So for those of you who are shying away from, for example, on LinkedIn, connecting with new connections or posting stuff on LinkedIn related to your expertise, your knowledge, and all that stuff, then guess what? The world does not know you exist, folks. And forget about the world. Like, let's talk about just your local city, your local job market. The whole point of the major number one challenge every job seeker faces is simply not being known, right? People don't know you exist. Companies don't know you exist. Organizations don't know you exist. No matter how amazing, fantastic, all the amazing accomplishments you might have in the past, all the amazing things you're going to do in the future, none of that really matters if people don't know you, folks, right? So you gotta think about it. And by the way, this is the fundamental to your job search, right? Putting out your resume, applying for jobs on the job, using online job application, connecting with recruiters, networking with other people in your profession. It's all in order to definitely the end goal is to get yourself a job and get yourself interviews and all that stuff. But the primary function of all those different avenues, folks, is simply making the marketplace aware that you exist. Right? If you really think about it, right? I mean, think about it. Get your resume. What is the purpose of your resume? Yeah, it's gonna get you phone calls. Yeah, it's gonna get you interviews. But let's rewind. Let's rewind from all that good stuff, right? It's simply to raise awareness that you exist, right? It's pretty much marketing 101, right? If a customer does not know that the product exists or the service or the solution exists, they're not even gonna get even near the whole thing about making a purchase, right? How can someone purchase something or invest in something if they don't know that it exists? Now, obviously, you're more multifaceted and complex and more amazing than some product or some service, but that fundamental remains the same. Like before a customer, and by the way, the employer, the interviewers, these companies that you folks want to work for, stop thinking about them as employers. They're customers. Start thinking about them as customers. And going by this analogy, you have to make the customer aware that you exist. So this is why I always keep saying, look, the job search you need to take a multi-channeled approach, right? Multi-channeled, multi-pronged approach. That's why you don't want to depend solely on your resume, solely on recruiters, solely on networking. You got to use multiple channels, and all these channels should be for the fundamental purpose of raising awareness that you exist. Right. And when we get to the point where people know you exist, that's when we get into that other stuff, right? Like phone calls, interviews, second interviews, third interviews, final interviews, and finally, ultimately, of course, the offer letter. So for homework, folks, I want you folks thinking about how can you raise awareness about yourself. Doesn't have to be, I know I talk about LinkedIn a lot. Does not have to be just about LinkedIn, right? Maybe it's some association you can be a part of. Maybe it's volunteering at that association, volunteering at their next virtual or in-person event. That's raising awareness, folks. You got to market yourself. It's about marketing yourself, making the customer, quote unquote customer, aka the employer, aware that you, with all your amazing accomplishments and your amazing potential, exist, right? So this is what I want you to think about. This is how I need you to be thinking about your job search, all right? So don't just make it as simple as, yeah, I just need a good resume and just got to send out the resume. No, it's a marketing strategy, folks. You got to raise awareness that you exist. That's the fundamental, that's the bedrock before we get into phone calls, interviews, and all that other stuff. All right. So, hey, look, I hope this information helped. If you found it helpful, make sure you hit me up with a like and a subscribe. And let me know if there's any other content that you want me to put out that's job search related. Let me know what struggles you're facing. I'd love to hear about that, so I can put out more stuff to help you folks with, all these challenges so many of you folks are experiencing right now, right? So hey, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic remainder of the week. Keep pushing through. Don't give up. Take action, folks. And hey, market yourself, folks. Raise awareness. Let others know you exist, so you can get on to all that other stuff, right? Phone calls, interviews, etc., etc. Hey, have a good week, and talk to you soon.